Rookie out of Arkansas, Cam Little, ready to get this one going. And off we go from Ford Field. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And a strong start on the ground. He'll get 7 on the game's first play.
37-yard line. 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 1.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They get 5 on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Back to throw. Hooker. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. The 48-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Hooker to throw. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's 3rd and 2. Hooker. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion.
This ball is intercepted. Tyson Campbell. He gets free. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Well, that changes the story quickly. Looked like a very nice opening drive to start. Instead, Greg, it goes back the other way, and the defense scores first.
And Mike, early on, that's exactly how they drew it up. They wanted to come out and establish themselves with this first drive of the game, and then all of a sudden, disaster strikes. Not only do they turn the ball over, the defense is able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing is Hooker. Along the sideline, Williams pulls it in. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Detroit.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Every offensive coordinator has drive starters, meaning it's a completion, it's a run play that we feel great about, it's a screen. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Now a 3rd and 2. Now Hooker. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
We see this week in and week out, Mike, these running backs in today's game, they really have the skill set of a wide receiver. So if you're going to guard him one-on-one and you know the offense is going to use him in the passing game, you better have that guy. You better have that matchup guy that you're confident to put on him and say, okay, you're going to go out there in space and defend a receiver like this. And after plays like that, I'm not sure how much more man coverage they can afford to play. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. It's actually the easiest down in football to operate in. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and it results in a negative play.
3rd and long. To throw, Hooker. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his 1st target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Second down and 8. Here's Hooker. The second down throw is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Badgley's kick is good. And the Lions are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. First carry for the Auburn alum, Tank Bigsby. They get 18 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On first down, Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what?
That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that one.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down. Like, I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Gibbs. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it is Bigsby to start this drive. They'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. They have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
2nd down, Lawrence. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Foye Oluokun. A run here with Gibbs. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
The motion man is Raymond. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
These are the type of plays that drive a coach crazy in the film room, and you have to learn as a quarterback to avoid. You can take some chances. You can push the ball downfield, but not only to pick up a couple yards. You got to pick your chances of when you want to be aggressive, and you got to make sure you make better decisions going forward. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. He finds Raymond for the completion. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain. If he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Duvernay on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. He's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The motion man is Raymond. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He connects with St. Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. This one intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Henderson. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Finding Terrace Marshall for the completion. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Marshall is on the move. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Duvernay on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. That caught by Davis. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Jacksonville.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Open man is Davis. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, He's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run it once more with ETN. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Lawrence. That one on target to Davis. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A 1st down throw for Lawrence. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That one, take it in. Middle of the end zone. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. Little on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Back to throw. Hooker. He'll look deep. Left sideline. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now a give to Gibbs, running right. And he finds some daylight. A pass the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down. But that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
3rd down, 3 to go. From the gun, here's Gibbs.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
The Lions will punt this ball away
Formation for the Lions.
as he's on to punt for the second time. Strong. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. He'll push forward for about a yard. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's ETN. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Quick throw here is complete.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. This would go a long way to sealing this one. 3rd and a yard. They go play action for Lawrence. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack. On 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Hooker. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Tyke Smith. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick 6. A touchdown for the defense. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Jaguars will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. So now they'll pitch it out here. Oh, he pumps up the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up. I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They continued, and of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars tack on one more to their lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Hooker to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
At the 41-yard line.
To throw, Hooker. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they
carry that ball loosely, and it is out. And this is taken in by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence now. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after after that last incomplete pass. Although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Third down and 9. Now here's Lawrence. He completes it to Marshall. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off. Later in the fourth quarter, taking a knee and just putting it into it. But not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays. And they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down. Throwing is Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice play here by Thomas, and I think the biggest thing that he does, Mike, is his ability to get vertical, track the ball, and then go up and compete at the highest point. And I can tell you, when quarterbacks can throw that ball anywhere on the field and just feel like their guy is going to come down with it, they don't have to be necessarily as accurate. They don't have to necessarily always be perfect. The wide receiver allows a much larger margin for error, and it's a big reason why he led college football last year in touchdowns.
On first down, Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll try it again from the 2. Second and goal. Here's Lawrence to throw. Duvernay with the grab. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Devin Duvernay. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Hooker. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
There's not a position on the field, Mike, let alone any sport, where the mental side doesn't come in and impact how well you perform. And in this case, when you've thrown 4 interceptions in one game, I think we can all safely assume some of those mental issues have seeped into his game. And if he can't get settled down, he's playing right into the hands of this defense.
2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. A 1st down on a gain of 11.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory.
Do this. This is unbelievable. And winning 7.